Good day, Washington, D.C. tourist guides, colleagues and guests. I'm Alushka, the WFTGA President. And the road to Iran continues. Well done to Marika and her team for this initiative. I'm sure there'll be some interesting and productive feedback about the convention held in Iran. We wish you all the best and hope to see you at the 2019 WFTGA convention in the Republic of Georgia.
Hi, my name is Gene Reyes. I'm your current president of the National Federation of Tourist Guides here in the United States. I just wanted to share a few words with you about the recent conference we had in Tehran, Iran. It was magnificent. I cannot tell you enough about the fantastic team from New York, with Ibrahim and with Joe Steinbach and with Matt Baker serving as delegates, and a very important part of that team, along with Marika. We cannot say enough about the efforts of Marika and, of course, Esther Baniki. Folks, it was a fantastic event. The United States team, I was very proud to be a small part of it, and trust me, they did a great job representing not only New York City, but the United States.
Remember the question?
What was the most surprising event of the convention?
Okay, without a doubt, the most surprising event, and my fellow panelists will back me up on this, was that the president of Iran, President Rouhani, spoke to us. And to do that, we had to go to a special hall. There were special security requirements, like gentlemen weren't supposed to wear belts, which I violated, but anyway. It was an amazing presentation. It was a speech that could have been written by Barack Obama. And he played off what our current president was saying by saying we shouldn't be building walls, we should be building bridges, we should visit each other, we should get to know each other, we should be peace ambassadors. And from that point on, all of us attending the conference as peace ambassadors. So.
Right.
To all of us.
Ms. Straub, during the research preparation prior to the trip, your topic was singing a Persian song. Can you give us a sample?
Yes. And before we go there, it's a small video here.
What is it? It's your fortune.
And focus your eyes on the
The
little
bird
bird.
picked it. Oh,
Did you see what happened? Okay, can we replay it again?
No more.
Okay.
That's it.
what is it? It's your fortune. The bird picked it. Oh,
The first picture. After the tomb of Hafez, it's a tradition of the people. This gentleman had the little bird, and the little bird picked a poem from Hafez. It was a personal message for you. It was the fortune message. And that was a nice touching, because all of us, we get the message, and that came from Hafez. Yeah, and when we were getting ready to go into Iran, it was a new beginning of the year, January, our trip, and I said, everyone will turn a birthday. So I picked the song because of that. And we got a great surprise, because on the 5-star hotel that we stayed at one night, at the end of the closing ceremony, on the Das Hotel, we had fireworks, a special cake for only one person, or actually the February person, but more focused on Catherine.
Yay.
Catherine was turning her birthday, was on February 4th, and we had a nice ceremony for her, and I got to sing that song. And
And the owner danced.
And the owner was there as well.
And they had fireworks.
It was very, very special.
Supposedly no dancing, but it happened.
Very special touch.
Yep.
What they share with us. And the song is Mubarak, Mubarak تولدت مبارک 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 تولدت مبارک لبت شد و دلت خوش چو گل پرکنده باشی بیا شاخن رو بود کن گتت سول سنده باشی. I had to learn it too.
I think our preparation, dinners, teas, Marikar as usual was the major domo in doing all this. Hosted by the Special Interest Section, thank you again, of the Iranian Embassy, which is housed in the Pakistan Embassy, and even a little discussion at GWU from the Persian Studies program. So I think by the time we got to Iran, we had somewhat a sense of what it would be like. So that preparation was incredibly helpful. As part of the preparation, Marikar in particular, we asked us to do a little bit of research papers. So I did my research paper on Persian poetry. The reason I did that is several things. One is you always read in the guidebook that Persia, modern Iran, is still a place where imbued with classical Persian poetry, and everybody from the person on the street to scholars are able to just recite, especially Hafiz, the great poet, and other poets.
سر زلف سخن را به قلم شانه زدند. He says nobody could comb the words like Hafiz from the time that people are saying words. So we admire him so. And in here it's written أنت الباقي و كل شيء هالك. Everything is mortal and you're immortal. مژده وصل تو کو که از سر جان برخیزم طائر قدسم و از دام جهان برخیزم به ولای تو که گر بنده خویشم خوانی از سر خواجگی کون و مکان برخیزم یا رب از ابر هدایت برسان بارانی پیشتر زان که چو گردی ز میان برخیزم بر سر تربت ما با می و مطرب بنشین تا به بویت ز لحد رقص کنان برخیزم خیز و بالا بده ما ای بت شیرین حرکات که سر جام و جهان دست فشان برخیزم گرچه پیرم تو شبی تنگ در آغوشم گیر تا سحرگه ز کنار تو جوان برخیزم.
Our next presenter, Catherine Andrus. So let's start out by challenges that you faced going on your trip and observations.
Only the hijab. I couldn't learn how to keep it on my head till the last 2 days. And I didn't realize that there was a secret to it. There were hidden little pins that nobody told me about. So other than that, I have a couple of notes here that I wanted to share with you. And the first one was the fact that this was a nationwide effort on the entire country. When they found out they were going to have the convention, they sent bicycles all over the country, people to advertise and let people know that this was going to happen. So for 2 years, they were prepared. The second was how their national president, Arash, I can't pronounce his last name, but he was everywhere. He followed us at every post and pre-convention, always with a smile, never a problem. He was amazing. I have never seen anybody be so calm and so friendly, but then all the guides were that way. And they were at the table from 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, always with the most pleasant face and welcoming smile to help you in whatever. I have never, ever seen that. And it started when we arrived at 1:30 in the morning at the airport, and we were greeted by a gentleman, and then the lady guide that gave us beautiful flowers, and the beautiful flowers continued in every city that we arrived in. In one city they offered us pomegranates, and I can't remember which city is famous for the pomegranates, but and then photographers and bands and welcoming speeches. So I told my friends when I came back to Dallas Airport, I was looking for the band and the speeches. There was nobody. They spoiled us to no end.
I am Mahmoud Ahmed from Little Rock, Arkansas. I had a very different picture in my mind of Iran with decades of international sanctions. I was very surprised with the beautiful scenery around Tehran, which is a modern city. Airlines chartered a plane for us to Shiraz, where a commemorative stone was dedicated to us. We visited the ancient palaces of Persepolis, and our group was featured in the English newspaper Tehran Times. We saw the very ancient tombs in the mountains of Necropolis. In Yazd, we had snow in the desert of the Zoroastrians. We visited the city of Mahbud. Isfahan is a beautiful city of architecture, art, and handicrafts. The mosques are grand with very detailed artwork and calligraphy from verses of the Quran. An Armenian church was also highlighted with old manuscripts. This is written on a hair. We also saw Isfahan's spectacular bridge, and then Kashan with its 7,500-year-old site.
Famous and the most admired.
Okay, so personally, my takeaway was really the necropolis. These are tombs of kings, like Darius I, Cyrus I. There were 4 kings that were buried here, and this is shaped like a cross. You see the cross? And inside is the tomb. I mean, this is, I'm talking like, ladies and gentlemen, 2 BC. Did I ever imagine in my lifetime that I would be walking a place of 2 BC. I mean, it just blew me away. It blew me away tremendously. But who took me there? My guide took me there. I had to have a guide that took me there. So my guide explained all of the stories of these Persian kings and how they died and where they're buried. Without the guide, you know, I would never have known this part of history. And Joe was my witness. And I told Joe, we were standing, the wind was blowing. And I said, you know what, Joe? I was born for a reason. I was born because I was made to walk this place. I had to see this place alive and breathing, pulsating with energy. This is for me, you know, life. This is life presented to me. And it was just, you know, took my breath away. And that's what my takeaway is, okay?
Hello to everyone. I am Smaro Touloupa. I live in Athens, Greece, and I was the delegate for my country in the last convention in Iran, Tehran, of the WFTGA. I'm here in order to share with you a distinct memory of my trip in Iran. Actually, after the convention was over, I did a whole trip on my own, another 12 days. I stayed for a total of 1 month, actually, in Iran, crossing the country and trying to visit more and enjoy more of the country. So this is a memory that I wanted to share because it encapsulates the entire experience in Iran. I was in the southeast of the country, near the Iraqi border, in the city of Ahvaz, and I was going to take a long bus ride to central Iran, Shiraz. During the day, that would be 9 hours approximately. They have a very good public bus connection. So I reached the station, and there the bus driver very soon realized that I wasn't Irani, that I didn't speak the language. Nevertheless, with his very, very little English and I with my very little Farsi and English, of course, I tried to communicate, and I found out that his son, whom he called Baby, was studying in Manchester. And he was very interested in my being from Greece and all that. So during the entire trip, to make the long story short, he made sure that I was comfortable. He always offered me tea when he drank with the co-driver. He was very kind, very, very, I mean, like a true knight. He had an outstanding 70s look, as if he jumped out of a magazine from that period, with all the hairstyle and the outfit. And the culmination of all this kindness was when we reached Shiraz. It was dark by that time, and he was worried where I was going to stay, if I had a place, how I was going to get there. And I tried to explain that I was going to a specific hotel, but he couldn't understand. And he did the following. He called his son in Manchester in order for me to talk to him and understand how he could help. And his son, at the end, after I told him where I was going and how I was going there by taxi, he apologized for his father's kindness, telling me that he was only trying to help. That was really a strong message to me and to us on this side of the world. Anyway, the bus driver, that kind man, even before reaching the bus station, he saw the taxis all together and he put on the brakes. He came down, he took my luggage out, he conversed with the taxi drivers in Farsi, which I would never have been able to do. He made sure that they were going to take me to my hotel. He put the luggage in the trunk and he closed the door after me, and only then he left. That's Iran.